We'll finish with an awesome broadcast. On, because off, I can't read
Yeah.
these over here very well.
You turn it off. Perfect. Off.
Just to be a contrarian. Welcome to your streaming game of the week on the KNSI Sports Network alongside Tom Terhar at New Tiger Stadium at Tech High School. I'm Barry Hine. We appreciate you joining us at KNSIRadio.com. And the final game of the regular season, Tom Terhar, how seriously do teams take this final game of the regular season just before postseason gets started?
It's a big deal. It's a table setter. If you don't come out and play well in these games, even if it's an inferior opponent, it can throw off your game plan and what the coaches want to do for the upcoming games. Like a lot of the times when I was in high school, we'd play a cupcake the first game. So the first game of playoffs. So the last game of the regular season was our best test before the second round of the playoffs. And I think that's a big point of emphasis is play like we have to get a win in order to get the playoffs. Make it feel like a do-or-die game so that when you actually get in that situation, you're ready for it.
And they're playing a team traditionally that is used to going deep into the postseason.
Yes.
Brainerd Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
They're not having their best season this year. They're just 2-5 on the year, but a team that has tradition like that, probably a good last game of the season as you're talking about setting the table for the postseason games.
No, it is. The Tech Tigers, this Brainerd team isn't what they have been in the past, like you said. These Tech Tigers need to take advantage of that, need to get to their game, which is Fedema on the outside and inside, Oswara on the outside, inside, and throwing deep shots down the field with Trevick. That's their bread and butter game plan. When they execute that well, they don't turn over the ball. When you run that style of offense, you might turn it over once. You can't turn it over twice, 3 times, 4 times, and that's what this team has struggled with as of lately. And then on the defensive side, just get stops. Get to third downs, force third downs, and get the other team off the field. That's what the Tech Tigers got to do to really be ready for the most probable matchup, which is a very solid Monticello team in sections.
And you weren't at last week's game, Tom, but they may have inadvertently kind of found a third running option in Nate Trevick. He had a 74-yard fumble return for a touchdown and showed some speed. So he might be another guy, a little fake it to one of the running backs, either Fedema or Oswara, and keep it himself. He's got some wheels as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen flashes of it before, and it's not in the sense of he took it off and run, but he is a very mobile quarterback. They get him out a lot of boot swings, a lot of naked boots as well, and I think that can be a real weapon that, you don't do it 15 times, but the 5 times you do it, you get at least 5 to 10 yards, and the defense is going, oh, what do we have to do now for this matchup? So it is a weapon that they can use. Don't overuse it, or else the defense will adjust to it. Use it in these small little clutch spots. It'll be the most effective.
And we've got the Tech Tigers hosting the Brainerd Warriors' final regular season game before we get to the postseason started next week. That's why we're doing this game on a Wednesday night. It feels kind of weird. It feels like after this I can go party, but it's a school night. I can't do that. It's the North Risk Partners pregame. We continue that. We're about a little over 5 minutes away from the M&H Appliance kickoff, and you can go visit them at mnhappliance.com. So tonight, if you're Tech, are you working on anything as far as things that you might do in the playoffs different than you've done in the regular season, or are you just working to kind of tighten up the things that you should be good at that you've already done in the regular season?
So it depends. Right now, Tech is still playing for seeding, and seeding is huge in the QRF rankings. If they go out and blow out this Brainerd team, this could really help out their QRF, and that would be a huge momentum boost for that team. But on the other end, on the other end, if they do not, if they can't
Can I interrupt you just
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a second? We've got to do the anthem, and we'll be back to finish that up next. The KNSI Sports Network. All right, continuing the North Risk Partners pregame. I had just asked a silly question, and you were trying to validate it with an answer.
I wasn't. It's going to be a combination of team being ready and prepared, as well as trying to tighten down the screws, like you said, but also adventuring into stuff that they've wanted to for a while. Because again, this is going to drastically swing their QRF ranking. So in one sense, they want to get better in the QRF, but in another, they want to really explore what they can do, what else they can do as an offense.
All right, we'll take a final break here. We'll be back with a kickoff quickly next here. You're listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Thank you very much. The M&H Appliance kickoff moments away. Andrew Gottwald is the kicker for the Tech Tigers. Put up in his own field. He kicks it right to left. A deep kick taken at the 10-yard line by number 20, Jalen Shepard. Shepard runs right. He's got some blocking. He drags a tackler across the 30. Gets hit hard at about the 34. Gets to the 35-yard line. A good return for the Brainerd Warriors, and they'll start the first drive on their own 35-yard line. I want to say thank you to Clearwater Travel Plaza, where there's more in store for you. Wednesday night lights this week, just underway at Tech High School as the Tigers taking on the Brainerd Warriors.
I always like these Wednesday night games. Had a little bit different feel to it. It almost felt like prime time in a way because you're off schedule a little bit and you're just playing on a different day is fun.
School the next day was never a good time. It was always felt like you should be on the weekend. Fakes the handoff to Staling. Play action, drops back, pump fakes, lets it fly deep down the near sideline. Has his man at about the 35-yard line. And that is number 28, Josh McLean. And they're going to call it a completion to about the 32.
What a ball, just drop it in the bucket. Obviously, the Tech Tigers were not ready for that deep route right at the beginning, and that's a tough start for this Tech defense who have struggled in the last few games.
33-yard gain. And it wasn't a beautiful pass by any stretch of the imagination. It was wobbly, but it got there. And they go 3 wide, do the Warriors. Excuse me, that's 4 wide. Now an option to the left. Staling's going to keep it, hit, and drives forward to the 30. Gain of a couple will bring up 2nd and 8. Nathaniel Staling, the quarterback, sophomore quarterback, number 16, the Brainerd Warriors. Showing some power there. I want to say thanks to the law office of Bradshaw and Bryant, seeking justice for the injured.
These option offenses are tricky, Barry. You have to play both the running back and the quarterback on these options. You got to make decisions.
Staling back to pass, sets up, lets it fly, has his man who catches it and is hit immediately. Fedema there on the tackle. He gets it to Owen Davis, though, and it's going to be a first down. Ball at the, looks like the 19-yard line. Gain of about 13.
Simple routes, just getting across the field that time off of a quick play action, and it just easy wide open receivers here for Staling on this one. Tech Tigers got to tighten up their coverage.
Handoff this time right up the right side, and spinning down at the 12-yard line is number 22, Ben Staling. It's going to be a gain. I said the 22. I meant the 12, of course. It's a gain of about 7. 2nd and 3 coming up. Owen Davis with that last catch. He's the leading receiver on the team. 314 yards on the season coming in. Staling in the gun. Fakes the handoff to Ben Staling. Keeps it around the left side. He's over the 10 and gets hit hard at about the 8-yard line. He'll move the sticks. And it'll be a fresh set for the Warriors inside the 10. I believe it'll be 1st and goal. And it will be.
Anytime you get an offense where it's a lot of fakes to the quarterback, a lot of these D linemen, these outside linebackers are going to want to go to the running back and try to get it for the loss, but you got to cover that quarterback too or else you're going to get hurt.
They move the ball back. It's 3rd and inches. Pardon me. It's not a first down. Really looked like one. Fake I guess they give it the handoff. The left side, plenty of yardage for the first down and about 4 extra. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 5. That was Devon Stuckey, I believe, with the run that time.
Stuckey just finding the hole between the left guard and the left tackle and squeezing in there and getting an easy 5 yards here. 1st and goal from the 5. Tech needs to make a big stop here.
We're inside 9.5 to go on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Still scoreless. First drive of the game. Pitch right side to the running back. He's going to read his blocks. Now he jets across the 5. Hit quickly. Looked like he was going to have some room. Hunter Scholes there on the tackle. Said his name a lot this year. He stops him for a gain of about a yard. It looked like he was going to have some room, and that was Stuckey again.
Yes.
So 2nd and goal from just inside the 5.
Stoll's there to take him out. When you try to stretch out those plays, at some point you have to stick your foot and go north and south, and that time he didn't pick it early enough, and that's a no gain there. Now it's 2nd and goal.
Staling in the gun. He's going to option to the left. Pitches to Ben Staling. He's going to cut inside, gets hit, spins across the 5 to about the 4-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from there after the run from Ben Staling, senior running back number 22. So the Tech Tigers defense stiffening in the shadow of their own goal post.
Well, you can do more because you have to cover less ground here when you're close to the red zone. They can send a few more interior, especially these middle linebackers, can really read the run because, again, this is not a traditional pass offense, even though they got 2 deep ones early. They want to run the ball here in the goal line.
Nathaniel Staling, play action, rolls to the right, and the pass tipped away. Hunter Stoles makes another play. Pass was intended for Josh McLean, who had a little bit of separation. Pass was a little behind him, and Hunter Stoles able to knock it away on 3rd and goal. It'll bring up 4th and goal.
And for our viewers on the stream, this is a great defensive play here. Outstretched, just putting his body on the line that time, trying to get away from the receiver. That's how you play D-back. You stretch out, you make plays with your hands, and that time Stoles did.
So 4th and goal coming up. Can the Tech Tigers hold after giving up a long drive of 65 yards? They're about 60 yards so far. Staling quickly over the middle. Does he have his man? They're going to say it is complete, but not into the end zone.
No.
Did not get in. Didn't see who was there on the stop.
It was Logan Hansen there tying it up, and he might have intercepted it, but it was mutual. They both had their hands on it right near the goal line, and it's actually Hansen who rolled out of the end zone when they called it dead, making it a dead ball at the 1-yard line. Great play there by Hansen.
Josh McLean was the receiver on the play, and the Tigers hold. Big hold on the first drive for the Tigers D. They've got the ball back, first and 10 on their own 1-yard line, inside their own 1, in fact. So they'll have plenty of work to do to move the ball down the field to come up with a score here. Trevick in the gun. Hands off right side. And it's going to create just a little bit of room, maybe out to about the, between the 2 and the 3.
Give him a couple.
That was Swore on the carry. So it's going to bring up 2nd and about 8. They're going to give him 2 yards on that, so he's out to about the 3.
If you want to get out of this bad situation, Barry, you have to get a bigger push up front.
Trevick hands off to Oswara right side again, and they're going to push it forward another few yards. 3rd and about 5 after a gain of a couple.
And Oswara again, and that's all right, but this offensive line, these are big boys here, and that's not the biggest defensive line in the state. They got to get some more push up front.
They're calling it 3rd and 4. Handoff again to Oswara. Did he get enough for the first down? He's going to be close. It looks like they're going to give it to him. And the Tigers get a fresh set and a little more room to work with. That'll maybe open the playbook up a little bit more, Tom Terhar.
It should. Now they can do a little bit of play action. They can do a full 5-step drop and not even be in the end zone.
We're going to get a whistle before this play gets off. And it's going to be against the Tigers, so that'll move them back a little bit more and maybe close that playbook up a little bit more again.
And that was, you could see the receivers go, Barry. That was all go right there. That was 3 receivers going deep that time, and I think they would have had the separation.
I want to say thanks to Shields. When it comes to gear and expert advice, they're right there with you and right there in St. Cloud in the Crossroads Mall. 6:30 to go here in the first quarter. Trevick back to pass out in the flat to Fedema. Looking for some room. Can't find it. Hit at the 5 and then driven back by some gang tackling for the Warriors. So it's going to bring up 2nd and long. 2nd and about 16.
So a completion, the first completion on the night here for Trevick, goes for 0 yards. That's a risky play, running a tunnel screen like that near your own goal line. A risky call, didn't amount to much.
Trevick back to pass down the near sideline, intended for Schmidt, and he dives for it. It's a little bit out of his reach. Bounces at the 40, incomplete. Nice effort by Chris Schmidt. Cannot come up with it, but he gave all he could.
I like the shot on 2nd down when you're near your own goal line. You just need to get out of that zone. And he had the separation there and a good throw open the wide receiver throw by Trevick, but just a little bit out in front of him.
Yeah, maybe he needed a little more lift underneath that so that Schmidt could run under it, and he may have been gone had he been able to connect on that one. Trevick back to pass from his own goal line over the middle, intended for Fedema, and it's behind him and high. Incomplete, brings up 4th and long, and the Tech Tigers will have to punt from out of their own end zone. I want to say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards. Make everyone feel like a champion. All-Star Trophy and Awards.
Yeah, Barry, that one was just behind Fedema that time. Just you threw to his back shoulder instead of his front shoulder, and Fedema had room to run in front of him. Just bad placement there by Trevick, and that could have been a big play for an easy first down and probably some more, but now they'll have to punt from pretty much the back of their own end zone.
Inside 6 to go here in the first quarter now. Scoreless on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. There's the punt to the left side, and it's caught at about the 35-yard line. There on the return as Owen Davis calls the fair catch. So that's about a 30-yard punt. Now they're going to put it at the 34, so call it a 29-yard punt.
Can't really ask for a better field position, can you, Barry?
No, you cannot. And Brainerd had that good chance to score. They had the ball down inside the 5-yard line, and inside the 1-yard line, in fact. And on the first drive is where they ended up. They were unable to come away with any points. Well, the Tech Tigers defense ready to dig in again here. Staling, hands off, left side to Ben Staling. And he picks up a couple of tough yards, not much doing. Gain of about 2 brings up 2nd and 8. Also want to say thanks to M&H Appliance, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana Appliances. Check them out at mhappliance.com.
Well, Barry, not to say it, but this has just kind of been a gray football game thus far. Just not a lot of big plays happening right now. Let's see if Isaiah Green can get going, the stud here on the D-line for the Tigers.
Staling to pass, rolling out, throwing on the run, and an ugly pass. Low and inside. Intended receiver was number 7, Jacob Smith. That brings up 3rd and 8, excuse me. As we're just over 5 minutes to go. Clock stopped at 5:10 after the incompletion. Ball on the 33-yard line of the Tech Tigers.
These coaches for Brainerd must have saw something in the pass defense because they, on average, throw about 10 times a game this season. They've already thrown 5 tonight, Barry. They must have saw something on film where they want to get the ball in the air in this one.
Sometimes when you're 2 and 5, you just want to try something, try something different.
Right.
Too. We've got a timeout on the field taken by the Tech Tigers. All timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. We'll be back with more high school football here on the KNSI Sports Network. We've got 5:10 to go here in the first quarter. The Brainerd Warriors have a 3rd and 8 on the 33-yard line of the Tech Tigers. After the timeout taken by the Tech defense. See if they figured out what they want to do on defense. They must have seen something they didn't like a matchup on the offense coming at them.
Tight bunch of trips here to the right. Let's see if they do something unique with this.
Handing off to Ben Staling, left side. He's got a little room around the left edge, running hard. Lowers his shoulder, lowered the boom on the defender, and gets about a yard shy of the first down at the 25-yard line. He got a couple extra hard yards after lowering his shoulder and just driving forward.
I really like that play call, Barry. You got bunches, trips to the right, and then you run a shotgun reverse with your running back. The whole defense, all their focus is on that trip. They think something's coming from it. They go opposite side, and they get almost the first down, and it's 4-down territory, so you make it 4th and short. That's a really good play call by the Brainerd staff.
It's going to stretch the defense and make them go one-on-one, and that's once deep into the behind the defensive line, it's kind of a tough tackle to make. Hand off right side on 4th and 1. Looks like they got just enough for the first down. There on the run was number 17, Jacob Dreetz.
It looked like
the stick.
Yep. It was either Dreetz or number 26 on the play, Devon Stuckey. Either way.
That's probably who it was.
Just a solid run there right up the middle. They trust their big boys up front to get a push, and right now they are against this Tech defensive line.
Rolling to the right now is Nathaniel Staley. Throws on the run and overthrows his receiver, number 28, Josh McLean. Had him open. Had he been able to connect, that would have been some big yards and would have put him in business to score. At least he may have scored on that play right there. I want to say thanks to Kelm and Reuter, attorneys who make a difference.
It's looking like, again, 6 passes, and they average 10 per game on the season. They obviously saw something. He's Staling 3 for 6 for 48 yards so far in this one.
Got a flag before the play, and it looks like it's going to be offside on the Tech defense. Somebody must have made contact there. So that's going to bring it up 2nd and 5, and you stop them on first down, bring up 2nd and long, and then give up 5 yards without them having to run a play. That's a killer.
Yeah, you never want penalties again, especially when they're already in the red zone.
Staling back to pass. Throws it over the middle, picked off by Lincoln Benson as he falls backward into the end zone. And the Tech Tigers hold again, this time with a turnover. They'll have it on the touchback, 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
And you can see here on the stream, on the replay, Staling thinks he's got a wide receiver on the post, and that time it just overthrows the receiver. Lincoln Benson goes up, makes a play on it, and it's Tech football here at the 20-yard line.
No, Trevick brings the offensive troops back out there.
This should be a momentum changer, Barry, for the Tech Tigers. Get a little blood in the system, the defense getting a little confidence underneath them. The offense needs to turn this into points now. They need to take a shot right away. They got room. They're not backed up into their own end zone.
Actually turned out to be a pretty decent night for football. 41 degrees, no breeze really to speak of. Trevick back to pass on first down, goes deep down the far sideline, throws it up into Trevick, and he made a great catch, did his receiver, Isaiah Green. Big catch. There's a defender right there. He went up. That big paw stretched it out, stopped it, and pulled it in.
Wow, what a throw and catch by Trevick. He slowed down. Isaiah Green pretty much stopped his route. The ball, he didn't think the ball was coming to him. It ended up coming to him. He made the catch, 35 big yards there.
Hand off now to Oswara. He dances a little bit, tries to create some room, unable to do so, picks up a couple of tough yards as he jets forward. 2nd and 8 upcoming. Yeah, you're right. Isaiah Green kind of started jogging, and then he looked, his head snapped over, and he realized, oh no, I've got to get on my horse here, and just threw up that big paw and came up with a great catch. Hand off, up the middle, and he's still going. Might have been some blockers getting into it. It looked like Oswara actually was down at the 40 or 39-yard line, so 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like them going to Oswara early. Oswara is a guy where he's going to get a lot of carries, but he's going to explode a few of these for big runs.
You've got Trevick dropping back to pass, throws it in the eye of the defense, and some tough traffic knocked away harmlessly to the turf. A couple of defenders there. He just kind of threw a dangerous pass.
And now it's going to be 4th and 4, and it looked like one of the receivers for the Tech Tigers might have gone early on that play. There was no flag. You can see the contested throw that time. Oster tries to rise up. He is 6'4". He can rise up and make plays like that. That time he didn't come down with the ball, and it's a 4th down situation.
That's why he threw it into traffic so confidently. He had Oster. 4th and 4. Trevick quickly out to the left side, has Schmidt, and he's got enough for the 1st down, plus a few extra yards. Gains 7. Tech will move the sticks and have a fresh set. They are looking to be in business to score here. Hunter Stolz, one of the receivers to the far side. Trevick hands off to Oswara right side, bounces it out, makes a couple of tacklers miss. He's across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Gain of about 14 there.
Yep, Oswara, that's what I'm talking about. He had a few 2-yard carries on the game, and all of a sudden he squeaks out at 1 tackle, and he's off for 14 yards, and they got another 1st down.
C&D Granite, home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee. Hand off now to Fedema around the right side. End around, he's got room as he patiently waited for some blockers. Now he breaks a tackle inside the 5 and is into the end zone for a touchdown, Tigers. 6-0 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Just over 2 to play here in this 1st quarter.
And what a play that time. It was a reverse pitch that time. Fedema got it from Trevick, and he took it on the outside. The defense were already in their pursuit to the opposite side. They had to backtrack and get over to that far side. They didn't get there in time, and Fedema scores the touchdown.
So 6-0. 2:01 to go here in the 1st quarter. The Tigers will go for 2 as they have throughout the year. Wide receiver to either side. Hand off. Left side, and they give it to, I believe that's Fedema. He dove for the goal line. No, that was Stolz coming from the right side. And end around handoff, and he did not get in for the 2, so it will remain 6-0. So 6-zip, Tech Tigers, 2:01 to play in the 1st quarter. We'll be back with a kickoff next. You're listening to and watching high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Scoring, not getting the 2-point conversion. It is 6-0. So 2:01 to go here in the 1st quarter. Andrew Gottwald has it teed up on the 40. He'll be kicking it back right to left to Brainerd.
Brainerd needing to respond here, down by a touchdown. They don't want to make this a 2-touchdown game.
It's a deep kick, number 21. Brant Patton has it. Going left side, has some room, hit. Drug out on the far sideline at the 32-yard line. So a decent field position again for the Brainerd Warriors. Andrew Gottwald kicking them deep, and the Brainerd Warriors having some good returns on the kickoffs.
And that's just simple coaching technique, especially on the blocking side for kickoff returns. It's special teams is often an overlooked part of football, Barry, especially at the high school level. But if you set up your blocks well enough and have the right scheme, you can do damage and get your offense into good field position.
Good news for the Tigers is they've had to kick a couple of times because they've scored. Handoff right up the middle, and nice tackle there in the open field by Kedrick Oswara coming up and laying a hit on Devon Stuckey after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Stuckey getting quite a bit of work in this one. He's got 4 carries on the night for 12 yards and not overly productive, but it looks like they're just trying to switch things up.
So Staling back in the gun, running back to either side. He hands it off to Ben Staling around the left side, who avoids a couple of tacklers. Dragged down from behind now at the 39-yard line. Gain of about 3 will bring up 3rd and 3.
Staling, 5 carries, 21 yards thus far on the night. He's very effective when he gets out to the boundary, Barry. I don't think he's that overly fast of a player, but he knows angles and he can beat players 2 spots with the ball.
4 wide this time as Staling looks to the sideline. And head coach Ron Stolsky will hand it off. Now he kept it. Faked the handoff to Ben Staling. Nathaniel Staling keeps it. Gains 5 on 3rd and 3 and moves the sticks. Faked me out. Faked out the Tech Tigers defense as well.
Yeah, just a simple keeper there. This offense isn't reading anything. Sometimes you get these offenses with a lot of QB options where they're reading a player, and it doesn't look like that's the case for this Brainerd team. They are just deciding what hole looks better, the hole the running back's about to go into or my hole, and that time the quarterback keeps it for an easy first down.
Staling optioning to the right. He's going to pitch it to Ben Staling. He's got room. He's across midfield and chased down from behind by Lincoln Benson to about the 44-yard line. Gain of about 12 yards there. And first down for the Brainerd Warriors in Tech Tiger territory.
Again, the speed option doing damage, just getting rid of that ball at the last second right before you're about to get tackled, and then there's a lot of green in front of that running back. The Tech Tigers just have to be aware of that. The linebackers have to get off their blocks and really go attack the ball, or else there's going to be a lot of green for that running back to go after the option pitch.
I want to say thanks to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. They bring us all timeouts as well. And there's a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll be back with more high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. It is 6-0 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. The Tech Tigers lead as we switch sides after the end of the quarter break. Put 15 up for the second quarter, and the Brainerd Warriors have it going now right to left on the 44-yard line. Handoff right side, a couple of tough yards, ground out by number 22 that time, Ben Staling. 2nd and 8 coming up. You mentioned he does a good job out on the edge.
Yep.
He can lower his shoulder and create a few yards after contact as well.
He reminds me of my high school running back where he is up high a little bit. He's a taller player, but he keeps his legs pumping the entire time, and he breaks through a few tackles that way.
Taking the option reverse to the right side, and he's got some room. Makes a tackler miss down the far sideline. A big gain for the Brainerd Warriors. That is Owen Davis. He's going to go out around the 20-yard line. And it'll move the sticks, and the Brainerd Warriors in business after a big play there. They're going to put it back on the 25, so a gain of 17 there.
Nicely designed reverse that time. They've run that same play without the reverse, and that time Tech Tigers didn't pick it up quick enough on the player going opposite side of the field that time. A great reverse play and a first down.
Handoff up the middle. Running back tripped, goes low, dives forward to about the 21. Gain of 4. We'll bring up 2nd and 6. That was 26, Devon Stuckey.
They're really mixing in Stuckey a lot, Barry. On the stats-wise on the season, he hasn't gotten that many carries. Staling has been the workhorse, but Stuckey getting a lot of early work in here at New Tech Tiger Stadium.
3 wide, 2 to the near side. Staling back to pass. Deep down the far sideline in the end zone. It falls incomplete into the end zone. And I'm trying to get a number on the defender there who did a good job on the coverage, not letting the receiver get to it.
We're seeing here on the replay, turning and running with it. I believe that's
Devon Philips.
Yeah, number 10, Devon Philips, getting some work in that time. Good coverage. Overthrown ball, but he was there even if it was on target.
Just did not let the receiver decide his own route there. Staling a high snap. He goes and gets it. Broken play, though. He tries to run around the right edge, and he's tackled for a loss by a couple of Tech defenders. That'll bring up 4th and long situation here.
Yep, and you're for the Tech Tigers. This team has been running the ball efficiently, but you gotta expect pass, and you gotta lean on the guys that have been getting it done in the sack column all season. Isaiah Green, Major Campbell, and Anthony Nelson on that defensive line. Let's see if they can get some pressure here against the quarterback.
4th and 9 on the way here. Ball on the 24. Snap. Staling goes out into the flat to Davis. It's going to be another pass as he has a man wide open inside the 5. Finally chased down.
Oh, that was incomplete, Barry Hunt.
Incomplete. Hunter Stolz came from behind and made the play.
That was an incomplete pass. He knocked it out. We'll see on the replay right here. It was a great wide receiver throw there. And he's got somewhat possession. He's bobbling all the way down. He gets it in and pops it out.
That's Josh McLean. They're calling it complete. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 3. A gain of about 21 yards. So a break for the Warriors. Staling in the gun. He's going to hand it off. And the running back ducks to the left. Goes down. Devon Stuckey. We'll bring up 2nd and goal. He may have gained a yard. We're going to put it on the 2-yard line. So 2nd and goal from there. I want to say thanks to North Risk Partners. Face risk head on. They are here to help. Visit northriskpartners.com.
Just an unfortunate call there for the Tech Tigers, and now they got it 2nd and goal here with only a few yards to go.
Takes the handoff to Stuckey, and Staling keeps it and walks into the end zone, and we're knotted up at 6. Nathaniel Staling ties this game up with 9:13 to go here in this first half.
Again, gosh, that call was tough, but on the run on the outside, Staling just got himself going quickly and broke a few arm tackles right at the goal line and walked into the end zone.
Well, the Warriors will try to kick the extra point here. On to kick is number 88, Andrew Albright. They fake it, running out to the right, and tackled from behind. I'm going to guess that was Hunter Stolz, and I haven't even seen the number yet. It just seems like a Hunter Stolz kind of play. Hunter Stolz, yep, he made the play. And that was Nathaniel Staling, the holder, trying to run around the right edge.
And Stolz was the gunner on the other side of the play. He used his speed to get all the way out. If Staling would have taken a more direct route to the end zone, he probably would have got in, but he arced his path to the end zone and gave it Stolz time to get there and get the TFL and keep it a tie game at 6s.
He is feisty. Makes a lot of plays like that. We'll keep it right here, the kickoff coming. 9:13 to go, and that play keeps it 6-6 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. I want to say thanks as well to Clearwater Travel Plaza. So the Brainerd Warriors to kick for the first time tonight. On to kick is number 24, Jack Lundstrom. Teed up on his 40. He'll be kicking it right to left.
Tech Tigers got athletes back there to receive this one. Let's see if they can do some damage if they get the blocks up front.
Here's the kick from Lundstrom. A high kick. Fedema will take it at his own 15, center of the field. Runs right up the middle. He's got some room, and he'll be dragged down across the 40. If not for that tackler, he would have been off to the races. And that was number 53, Grant Gardiepi. I think I said it right.
Yeah, we're going to go with that.
Gardiepi, and he saved a touchdown. Fedema was almost off to the races. I want to say thanks to the law office of Bradshaw and Bryant as well. The Tech Tigers good field position on the 43 after the kickoff. 5 wide, empty backfield, and keeping it is Trevick. We talked to the pregame, the Northwest Partners pregame, about him maybe being another option as a runner, and they tried it out there. He got some good yards on first down.
5 yards on first down is very good. Now you have a lot of options on second down, and again, nice job by the play calling for the very first play of a drive, a quarterback draw. Great call there by the coach, and we have an offsides.
Isaiah Green stepped forward, illegal procedure, and he's holding his hands out like, what's going on here? I don't know what happened. I think he was expecting the snap to be earlier than it was. He comes back and sits down frustrated. So it'll be 2nd and 10. It'll be like that first run by Trevick never happened.
It did though, Barry. It did.
It did.
It did.
They can never tell us different. Trevick rolling out to his right, going to throw on the run, and had it to Fedema. Good pass. He just didn't look it in, and it'll be incomplete. He had a little bit of room to run. Probably would have gotten to about midfield and would have had a couple of yards. It would have made the third down much more manageable. That's one thing for sure.
It looked a lot like the Vikings game. If you watched the Viking game last weekend, Stephon Diggs looking to run before he actually catches the ball. Fedema fell into that time, and he could have had a little more room to run. Would have made it a 3rd and manageable. Now it's 3rd and 10.
I don't think my fantasy coach didn't notice that either. Fedema gets the reverse. He has to dance in the backfield to try to make some room. He does, but only a couple of yards. And we've got a flag on the play, I believe. I'm seeing Tom Terhart give me that motion, and we'll see what that is. It would be 4th and about 8 before the flag. We'll see what the flag brings. It's going to be on the Tech Tigers. It looks like they're trying to get word from the Brainerd sideline if they want to decline or accept. It's a holding call. They'll decline it. That'll bring up 4th and long. I want to say thanks to Shields, one of our fine sponsors for high school football here on the KNSI Sports Network.
I like the play design that time, but just on the backside, they didn't expect someone to be coming on the blitz, and that time was the outside linebacker slowing down Fedema. Fedema got past him, but it let all the other players pursuit to Fedema, and he just didn't have a chance after that.
The Tigers will have to punt. Oster on his own 33 is the snap. It's a high, wobbly kick, and they'll let it bounce at the 20. It'll bounce to about the 15-yard line. Not sure why there was 2 deep backs, and neither one of them wanted to catch it. And it'll work out in the Tigers' favor. They'll have it back on the 15-yard line. I want to say thanks to M&H Appliance as well. We've got 7:51 to go here in this first half, all knotted up at 6s.
Yeah, Barry, and again, like I said earlier, this is just I feel like there's a nonchalant attitude to this game from both sides, and this is not what I wanted to see from the Tech Tigers. The next game is do or die. They got to crank up this intensity, or else they're not going to be ready for it when it comes playoff time.
Yeah, this Wednesday off schedule thing you were talking about earlier may have a little something to do with that. Ben Staling trying to run around the left edge. He's juking, jiving, and gets driven to the turf by a couple of tacklers there. Going to gain a couple. 2nd and 8 on the way.
Tech Tigers doing a good job in pursuit today. The linebackers aren't getting held up by the offensive linemen in the second level. They are going down and attacking down the line rather than getting into the backfield. And they are doing a solid job of stopping this run attack, but now they just got to sharpen up that pass defense.
Staling in the gun, going to option to the right. Pitches it to Ben Staling. He's got a little bit of room. He cuts it in. He's hit, driving forward, finally taken down by a host of Tech Tigers defenders. A few yards shy of the first down marker. It'll bring up 3rd and about 3, I believe, after a gain of 4. 4 tough yards again.
Tough yards by Staling. And again, he's a tall running back, and when you are a tall running back, You got to keep those legs churning, pumping, pumping, pumping. Because if you stop, you don't have the gravity on your side. They're going to throw you right down. But if you keep pumping, there's a chance that you could break through a few arm tackles and get big plays, and that's what Staling's done tonight.
When you're bigger like that, get that forward momentum leaning.
Yes.
On the defender, sometimes you can create some yards. Pass out to the right, it is complete, and it is to number 23, Owen Davis, for a first down. Out to about the 37-yard line, a gain of 14 there. And it's a fresh set for the Brainerd Warriors with just under 6.5 to play. I want to say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards.
Like I said, you get into that groove of running for the Tech Tigers, run play, run play, run play. You throw the pass at them. You got to be ready for that, and that time they weren't. Soft coverage against the wide receiver.
Ben Staling, right side, and he's going to be stopped for a minimal gain. Second and about 9 or 9.5 coming up here. Tech Tigers front defensive line did a good job there shutting off the running lane off the right side. I want to say thanks to Kelm and Reuter.
Staling on the night, 10 carries, 43 yards, 4.3 yards a carry. He's getting the job done. You give him the ball 3 times, he'd get you a first down. Just needs a few more explosive plays.
It's a low snap, and going down to get it is Staling. He has to fall down to corral it. And it's going to be third and very long, a break for the Tech Tigers. Just a snap that skipped across the turf before it got to Staling.
I heard the Tech coach next to me, third and forever. I love that. I love that phrasing. It's now third and forever because these third downs, when you're plus 10 yards, it feels like it's impossible, especially when you're on the field and you see we have to go that far just to get another set of downs. This is a tough play here for Brainerd, most likely a passing situation.
Loss of 6 on the bad snap brings up third and 15 as we tick inside 5 minutes to go in the first half. Staling back to pass. Over the middle, has his man, and he ducks across the 50 to about the 47-yard line. 21-yard gain quickly to number 7, Jacob Smith. Junior wide receiver, number 7. They had him backed up deep, and they give up a play to a wide-open receiver over the middle.
And it looked like just a simple open zone in the zone coverage that time for the Tech Tigers. It was a zone defense, and when you have a zone defense, you got to attack the ball very quickly when it's in the air. That time they didn't have enough time to.
Staling trying to cut up the middle screen. It is picked off, and running the other way is the big man. Is he going to score it? He's going to house it. Trying to get a number. Is that Major Campbell?
Big number 79, Barry Hine. That's Aaron Voight.
Voight.
He's usually an offensive lineman playing D lineman. That's some Vince Wilfork stuff there for the touchdown, Barry.
He is a 6'8", 310-pounder, and he intercepted it and outran everybody to the goal line. Or maybe they were just running the other way because they don't want to get any part of that.
Wow.
Which I understand. It's like tackling an SUV.
It's not fun, Barry. It's like tackling me. That wouldn't be fun, right, Barry?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's about your size. 6'8", 310, a little bigger, but wow. Showed some athleticism right there. What a big play for the Tech Tigers defense. Makes it 12-6.
And now it looks like they're going for 2, but they had a little miscommunication.
The way Voight was moving, I thought, that can't be Voight. He's 310 pounds. That's why I thought it was probably Major Campbell.
And they'll take a timeout before this 2-point conversion, but he was moving a little bit, unless it was purely the adrenaline rush, Barry, but he was moving a little bit of athleticism from the big man.
Yeah, well, he's like, I've got the ball. It's like when people get the whatever that gives them that can pick up the car off of people.
Adrenaline. Yeah, adrenaline rush, yeah.
Give him the big adrenaline rush, and he could have outran. Well, I was going to say Carl Lewis, but that would be a dated reference.
I don't know who that is, Barry.
Usain Bolt.
Barry, I don't know who that is. Okay,
Bolt.
there we go.
Carl Lewis. I know Brian knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Bitstream Productions here tonight. They're bringing us our streaming game of the week at KNSIRadio.com. Brian and the crew. Thanks to those guys, always doing a great job. KNSIRadio.com, you can watch the stream. And we are just about back to play here. 2-point conversion try upcoming for the Tech Tigers. They lead 12-6. Rolling to the right, Trevick going to tuck it and run. He's going to be hit, dropped, and then knocked back, and then he throws it out to the right. Incomplete. Not sure if he was down before he threw it, but he was trying to get it to Kedrick Oswara. But the two-point conversion no good. It's a 12-6 game, 4:09 to play in the first half. We'll be back with a kickoff next. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. 12-6 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. 4:09 to go here on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard in the first half. Tech Tigers score on a wild play, interception by Aaron Voight. He returns it, rumbled, stumbled, and bubbled all the way into the end zone to give the Tech Tigers a 6-0 lead. About, what, a 55-yard return?
Yeah, 55 yards. And let's give him a little credit on the awareness, too. It was a screen pass set up. He didn't get too deep there to sack the quarterback. He wanted the pick instead of the sack, and he got it.
Squib kick to the right by Andrew Gottwald. Picking it up is Jacob Dreetz. And he'll pick up a couple of yards just across the 30-yard line, and the Brainerd Warriors will have it there to start this drive. I want to say thanks to C&D Granite, their fine sponsor of high school sports here on the KNSI Sports Network. So the Tech Tigers D back out there. I think I see Aaron Voight. He didn't ask to take a play off.
Oh, no, he's back out there.
Brainerd Warriors with the ball. Ben Staling right up the gut, hit and tumbled at about the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. Somebody took out his leg and he went top over tea kettle.
Yeah, Barry, and you're going to see Brainerd stick with this run game even though they're down by a score, just because they have had success 3 plays and 3 runs and getting first downs. We'll see if they stick with that formula.
Faking the handoff is Nathaniel Staling. He'll keep it. He'll get to the 35. A gain of another couple will bring up 3rd and 5. Want to say thank you to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat.
And if I was Brainerd here, quarterback Nathan Staling is 5 of 11 with 2 interceptions and less than 60 yards. You probably would keep this on the ground as of lately. Get some confidence on the ground first and then trust your quarterback a little bit later once you get a few first downs on the ground.
Much as they've thrown tonight, though.
There it is.
The throw here. Staling drops back and throws it high. Dangerous throw intended for Owen Davis, incomplete. I think it was Hunter Stoles in the area again. Shocking. He's everywhere.
Yeah, again, and just a simple designed boot to the outside that time. Plants his feet well there on the replay. Wobbly ball and just can't connect with his wide receiver. You got to give your wide receiver a chance to make a play.
Kedrick Oswara, the deep man on the punt, and is punted by Owen Davis. So Swore on his own 30. Catches it, dances, trying to run around the far side to his left and gets out to around the 40. It'll be around a 10-yard return after a decent punt there by Davis. The Tigers will have good field position here on their own 40-yard line. I want to say thank you to Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Lifted, loaded, and jacked up trucks.
I love that.
I can't do it like Tom Terhar, but I do have fun doing it.
Yeah, you don't have the low bass voice that I do.
I don't have that. Was not blessed.
2:33 here remaining, and a chance here for the Tech Tigers to go up by 2 scores before the half.
Reverse to Oswara around the right side. He's going to be stopped and driven back for a loss. It'll give him forward progress to the 39. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. Want to say thanks to Schultz Soft Water as well. So we come up on 2 minutes to play here in this first half. Tigers leading 12-6, and they've got the ball on their own 39, 2nd and 11.
They've only tested Brainerd Warriors deep once. Let's see if they do that again.
Fedema, handoff. He's going to be hit in the backfield. Stumbles away from that, avoids the loss, and picks up about 1.5 yards to bring up 3rd and 9 or 9.5. So I want to say thanks to Murphy's Granite Carving. We're inside 2 minutes to play now. Tigers in no hurry to run a play. They're content to go in, leading by 6. We'll jog up to the line and see if they can bust a big one here on 3rd and long. Trevick, back to pass, pump fakes, and has a man near midfield, just shy of midfield. He throws it outside of his reach. Diving for it was Hunter Stolz, unable to come down with it. He wouldn't have been able to get the first down. Anyway, had he caught it, he would have been several yards short. That brings up 4th and long and a punt upcoming. Want to say thanks to Premier Real Estate Services. Just an errant throw to the right there by Trevick.
And I don't necessarily agree with Tech Tigers what they did on that drive. If you're going to try to just run out the clock, run out the clock. And that time they threw the pass at the end, stopping the clock and possibly giving Brainerd a chance to throw the ball a few times.
Oster, a good punt to the 25. Davis grabs it. He's across the 30. Tried to stiff arm a defender across the 35, taken out on the far sideline. And I believe we've got a flag flying in. And we've got a Tech Tiger slow to get up. He'll roll over to his back at about the 33-yard line. He's going to get help now from one of the players. I think that's Lincoln Benson. Helping him up was Joey Wiskow.
It's either Benson or Schmidt, 15 or 16. Those numbers
Schmidt,
are close.
you're right, yep.
Yeah, it's Schmidt, and he looks like he just took an awkward shot there on the block, and I think, yeah, I believe it's going to be a block in the back, or I believe block in the back is the right call. Block in the back, and this will back up the Warriors so that relatively not a great shot here to try to get it to the end zone from all the way inside their own 20.
Minute 29 to go. Want to say thanks to North Risk Partners. So, yeah, they'll have about 82 yards to go. The ball back on their own 18-yard line. And just under 1.5 minutes to do it in. Staling and his troops back out there. Staling back to pass. Looks to the far sideline and nobody home. The only receiver anywhere in the vicinity, and I'm being generous, is Jacob Smith.
There's no one in that area code, Barry.
There was nobody there. And Jacob Smith even held his hands out like, what was that? So miscommunication on somebody's part there. Oh, miscommunication on both parts. I'm just not sure whose fault it was. You're
never not sure. You can even see those type of plays on Sunday, and you're like, wait, was that the wide receiver, the quarterback?
Yep.
Was there a coaching miscue? It's just awkward plays like that are funny sometimes.
We've got a run now around the left side, out to about the 20, a gain of a couple tough yards. And that is Ben Staling. It's 3rd and 8 now, as they're just going to run some clock. They're not going to try to do anything crazy. They're run a play and try to bust one here on 3rd and long with about 1 minute to play here.
They've already ran a reverse and a wide receiver throw on this game, so I think they've run out of their trick plays a little bit early in this one. You don't usually go back to those. Let's see if they have something creative here in the playbook.
Staling hands off to Ben Staling. He's got some room across the 20 and across the 30. A nice block out there by his teammate. He'll get the first down plus an extra 4 yards. A gain of 12 there. Out there blocking for him was number 14, Simon Foss.
If you look on the replay, you got a good block, but he was in the way, and the running back just pushed his own player down that time. Staling just, hey, get on my way. I want a few more yards.
Yeah, inadvertent block. I saw him fall down, and I saw the player trying to run around him. So I thought it was a good block, but he actually just got ran over by his teammate, the running back, Ben Staling.
And that happens. It's nothing against. These guys are probably best friends off the field. But when you're in the heat of the moment, especially a player with the ball in your hands, you got to say, hey, just get out of my way.
They'll laugh about that on the bus ride on the way home.
They will. Yeah. They will. And in film tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. 12-6. Timeout on the field. 38.4 ticks on the clock here in the first half. Reminder, all timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. So, 1st and 10, ball on the 33-yard line. Brainerd ball on their own 33-yard line. So 67 more yards to go with just over 38 seconds to go. Staley deep down the far sideline, throws it up, and back shoulder. Did he catch it? It looks like he did at the 39-yard line.
Wow.
Josh McLean.
28 yards through the air. I mean, wow, Barry Hine. And great coverage there. You could have done a little bit better on attacking the ball. He kind of let it jump into the receiver's hands that time, but I'll give props. That was a well-placed ball, having to go back and play, and a good catch there by the wide receiver, number 23, Owen Davis.
All of a sudden, Brainerd in business here. They call a quick timeout. They're going to place it on the 40. 1st and 10 there in Tech territory. Again, all timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. So you go from having them backed up and 3rd and long with just over a minute to play. Looks like you may get the ball back and either run the clock out or maybe bust a big play yourself before halftime. All of a sudden, a couple of big plays for the Brainerd Warriors, and they've got the ball 1st and 10 on the 40 of the Tech Tigers, and they'll be going for the end zone now.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, if this is on the ground at all, I'd be shocked. And you can see now Tech, if you go the full view of that field, you can see they're in 4 deep.
Staling drops back to pass, throws to the near sideline. He was hit as he threw it. Intended for Davis, it falls short. Bounces at about the 22-yard line. It'll be incomplete, 2nd and long coming up.
Yeah, just underthrown ball there by the quarterback. Obviously, he's getting hit on the play, but you can see, like I was saying right before the snap, Tech in that 4 deep. They have 4 guys 15 yards deep, 10 yards deep before the snap, and then they're backpedaling right away. They want nothing over their heads, which is the right coverage here in this situation.
Staling back to pass. Throws deep down the middle of the field. Dangerous pass. And the closest one to it was Devon Philips, who dove and tried to come up with a great catch, unable to do so. But it'll be incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, Staling has had a few good throws on the night, but 6 of 16 just isn't consistent enough. A total of, I believe, 89 yards through the air, 89 yards, and 2 interceptions. So his arm isn't very reliable, but he's got it done a few times. He needs to get it done here in order to tie up this game.
That could have just as well been his 3rd interception. Phillips had a good shot at that. And Staling deep down the right side this time, down the right seam. Incomplete, out over everybody's head. And it was intended for Simon Foss. That brings up 4th and long.
And that time, he's not even placing the ball, Barry. He's just taking his step, his 5-step drop, knowing that pressure is going to be in his face, and he's chucking in and trying to give his wide receiver a chance. And when you're not an accurate quarterback, those can go haywire. They can be picks. And he's lucky that these last couple, you said it, were not picks.
Fedema was on the coverage there, and good coverage against Foss. Now it's a handoff to Ben Staling, gets to about the 35-yard line. Brings up 4th and 5. And that was, number 26, Devon Stuckey, a gain of 5. And that was 4th down, so a turnover on
downs.
And beg your pardon. So the Tech Tigers will be able to run the clock out here if they want. 11.5 seconds to go in the first half.
And the referees are signaling timeout. They're saying they didn't call the timeout. This should be just a stop clock on the turnover of downs, I believe, Barry.
Yeah, you certainly wouldn't need to call a timeout there.
I mean, Benson probably wants to just get his offense in group. Maybe they want to run a Hail Mary type play or something like a hook and ladder. But they didn't need the timeout. Maybe they just want the extra time. But we'll see what they end up doing. You can take a knee. You can try to do a halfback draw. You can do play action pass. There's a lot of things you can do here in these situations because it's all or nothing. 11 seconds. Pick sixes, unless it's on a tunnel screen or something like that, aren't going to go the whole distance for a touchdown. So maybe doing something crazy, maybe just taking it easy here on this most likely the last couple plays of the first half.
Yeah, maybe that's what the coaches were doing, just conveying all of the scenarios and what you want to do here. Like, don't do anything crazy. But if we bust a play, we bust a play. Trevick's going to go deep down the far sideline.
Oh.
And going up, coming back to the ball was Oster. Almost came up with it. And that would have been interesting if he'd come up with that catch. What he'd have been able to do with it.
And he came back to the ball great, underthrown by Trevick. That might have been Trevick's max length for throwing balls that time. And just underthrew him. Oster came back to play it very well, but just couldn't bring it in there on the on the body catch that time. That could have been a big play.
Well, 2nd and 10 on their own 35. Tech Tigers, let's see if they take another shot here. They do go 5 wide, empty backfield. Trevick back to pass, avoids a rusher, steps up, throws it, has Oswara at midfield, who's going to try to duck and dodge, but he's unable to do so as he goes back to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of about 13 on the pass and catch, but that's going to do it for the first half. The Tech Tigers lead 12-6 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard, and that will take us to the Shields halftime report. You are watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
May I please turn your attention to the scoreboard as we take a closer look at our seniors' dramatic transformation into fine young men seen on us tonight. Tiger seniors. Tech football fans, it's now time for a performance from the Tech Ball Dance Team. The fall team is coached by Megan Weedle and Megan Stewart. Captains are Abby Glenn and Morgan Pell. Everyone please put your hands together for the fall dance team. One, two, three, go!
Don't act like you forgot. I called a shot. Like blah, blah, blah. Y'all should know me well enough. 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
And your Tigers fall dance team.
The Shields Halftime Report. Thank you for joining us for high school football on the KNSI Sports Network at New Tiger Stadium, along with Tom Terhar in the broadcasting booth. I'm Barry Hine. We appreciate you, as I mentioned, joining us. And the Tigers leading 12-6. The final home game, the final regular season game, happens to be at home for the Tech Tigers, and they lead by 6 at the Shields Halftime Report break. And for the first half stats, we hear from Tom Terhar.
Thank you very much, Barry Hine. We'll start with the visiting Brainerd Warriors. The Staling brothers owning the stat sheet thus far for the Warriors. Running back number 22. That'd be Ben Staling. Got to get those first names in order. Ben Staling. 13 carries for 60 yards. Efficient running there by Staling, right around 4.5 yards a carry. Again, you give him it 3 times, most likely he's going to get you a first down. That's what you want out of your running backs. Quarterback Nathan Staling has not had his best night. On the ground, 7 carries for 9 yards so far, with the only lone touchdown thus far for the Brainerd Warriors. And throwing, not too efficient, Barry. 6 of 17, 110 yards. So he has a couple big plays through the air, but 2 interceptions at that same time. The leading receiver here for the Brainerd Warriors with 3 catches for 52 yards. That's number 23, Owen Davis. He's had a good night through the air. Not the best thrown balls, but he's gone up and found a way to bring him down 4 catches. So 3 big plays from him, 3 catches, 52 yards. And the Brainerd Warriors trailing by 6. On the Tech side, the Tech Tigers, obviously, number 1, the pick 6 by big number 79, Aaron Voight. A huge play to shift the momentum. That gave him the lead, 12-6. Oswara, 7 carries, 29 yards on the night, averaging over 4 yards a carry, but not his normal explosive self. Thus far on the season, he's averaging 6 yards a carry, 2 yards shy of his average. Let's see if the Tech Tigers can get him going in the second half. Troy Fedema, conservative 3 carries, 23 yards. He has the lone offensive touchdown for the Tigers on a 19-yard scamper. And then Trevick, not his best night thus far, 4 of 10, 55 yards. Hasn't been close to throwing to a pick, but also hasn't taken the deep shots that we've seen him like to do. Only 1 to Schmidt, and that was about 3 yards away from Schmidt. Overthrew him on that one. So, overall, this Tiger team could be a little more explosive tonight, but they got the lead. They have the 12-6 lead. I just want to see them come out of the half, Barry, and really just put the pedal to the metal and really just stomp on these Brainerd Warriors, because I think they've shown that they're a better football team. They just have to get the points to actually show everyone else who's in the stands.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a disjointed game. I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that it's a Wednesday night game and everybody just kind of feels weird about it. I don't know what the deal is, but both teams have been looked a little off tonight. You've had Nathaniel Staling, the quarterback for the Brainerd Warriors, dropping back and throwing really without a plan, it seems like a lot of times. Just kind of throwing it and hoping a receiver goes and makes a play. And maybe they've had luck with that throughout the season, I don't know, but it hasn't worked here tonight. So we'll see what the teams do here in the second half. I'm guessing, and this is a pure conjecture on my part, I'm guessing we'll see a lot of ground control here in the second half, a lot of runs and trying to create more yards that way. So we'll see if I'm right about that or if I look like an idiot like most of the time. We'll take one more break. That's going to do it for the Shields Halftime Report. Thanks for the stats, Tom. Appreciate it. We'll be back with the start of the second half next. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Moments away from the start to the second half. Kicking off is, or rather, the Brainerd Warriors, and the kicker is Jack Lundstrom. Fedema at his own 20, dances to the middle of the field. He's out in the open. He's out in front of everybody, and he is going to be gone. That is an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to start the second half, and it is 18-6. Tech Tigers just underway here in the third quarter.
He just found the right hole. That is as simple as it comes when it comes to the kickoff return. He found the right spot in between the right defenders, in between the right blockers, and he just jets through it that time for the touchdown.
I told you on the Shields halftime report they'd keep it on the ground.
Yeah, Barry. That counts as the ground. You're right. Barry, you're right. You're right.
You just kickoff return every time for a touchdown. You can plan that, right? So 18-6, and the Tigers will go for two once again here. I want to say thanks to Clearwater Travel Plaza, where there's more in store for you. We do not have a successful two-point conversion yet tonight. And Trevick trying to change that, running left side. He spins around, and he falls over the goal line. Two-point conversion successful. First one of the night. 20-6 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Tech leads over Brainerd, and Tech will kick it back to the Warriors when we come back. You're listening to High School Football on the KNSI Sports Network. So just like that, the Tech Tigers in control, 20-6 over the Brainerd Warriors. The opening kick to the second half returned by Troy Fedema for 80 yards and a score. So Andrew Gottwalt out there for the Tech Tigers. He'll kick it back left to right to the Brainerd Warriors.
And that's the type of play they needed. They've only had one offensive touchdown, so the offense not getting going. Get a pick six from a 6'8" offensive lineman and get a kickoff return touchdown.
Deep kick to the 11. Brant Patton runs right side, out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. A return of about 11 yards after the kick. And the Brainerd Warriors have it back. Want to say thanks to the law office of Bradshaw and Bryant, seeking justice for the injured. So 1st and 10, their own 22. The Brainerd Warriors now trailing by 14 here in the third quarter. In the gun is Nathaniel Staling. Hands it off to Ben Staling. And he stutters, waits for the block to open the hole, and it is effective. He jets out to the 30-yard line for a quick 8-yard gain. He just stopped dead in his tracks and just waited for the block to open the hole.
And that's commonly known as the Le'Veon Bell technique, where he waits for his blocks to actually set up before trying to force his own hole. That time he waited, and it was the right decision, a gain of 8 on first down.
Good patience. Nathaniel keeps it after faking the handoff, running around the left side. Hit hard. Nice open field tackle out on the edge by Troy Fedema. Came up and laid the wood for no gain. It looked like he was going to have the first down plus some, and Fedema just came up and
gave him the business, Barry.
Gave him, put his shoulder into him and stopped him for no gain. That's tough to do coming around the edge like that.
No, it is tough to do, and Staling thought he had some daylight because he got good initial blocks, but again, good pursuit angles and good pursuit speed by the Tech Tigers.
Staling had gone into cruising mode. Now he hands it off to Ben Staling. Another stutter move. He's across the 30 and taken down near the near sideline. Devon Philips gets him, and he gets out to the 37. And it's a gain of about 7, and that's going to move the sticks for the Brainerd Warriors.
And we don't have the replay on this play, but Isaiah Green was in a great position, but it was Major Campbell down the middle who actually tripped him up in the backfield that cut down the pursuit, and that could have been a TFL easily, but again, just couldn't connect there on the penetration in the backfield.
Hand off to the running back right up the middle. Another stutter move and waiting for the hole to open, and he runs out across the 45, spun around by a hit and backs over the midfield stripe. And it's a first down for number 26, Devon Stuckey, to the 49-yard line. Gain of about 13 on the play. He was hit after about 4 yards, spun around and ran the rest of the way backward. A handoff this time to Ben Staling. He is hit after about 2 yards and taken out of bounds on the near sideline. Hunter Stolz makes another play. I want to say thanks to Shields. When it comes to gear and expert advice, they're right there with you and right here in St. Cloud in the Crossroads Mall. 2nd and 8 on the way for the Brainerd Warriors.
Yeah, the Tech Tigers got to focus up here on this drive. They've already led up 40 yards of offense, and they gotta tighten it up here and get another stop. They have played well to this point.
Option right. Nathaniel keeps it, tucks it across the 45, and drives his way to the 43. Gain of about 4. We'll bring up 3rd and 4. I'll say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards. Make everyone feel like a champion. All-Star Trophy and Awards. We're inside 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter here. Staling. Hands off to Ben Staling. Left side. He outruns Isaiah Green. Isaiah got a hand on his shoe as he was running and somehow comes up with a shoestring tackle. It looked like he was off to the races. Nice job by Isaiah Green not giving up on the play. Ball at the 39-yard line, a gain of about 4.
No, absolutely. Isaiah Green again with the pursuit on the backside. Just doesn't have enough speed to catch up with Staling, but just gets enough of that ankle to knock him down. Could have been a way bigger gain if it wasn't for Isaiah Green and his great pursuit there.
It is a first down, but it could have been a much bigger gain. Staling passing right side and off of his receiver's hand, and a dangerous pass after the tip. Should have been caught by Jacob Smith.
Yeah.
And it goes off his hands up into the air. Often those will be picked off. This one is not, luckily for the Warriors.
Yeah, Barry, he had 2 open wide receivers that time, and he threw them between them, and they both might have got a finger on it, but none of them can make the catch. That's just, you got to put it in a spot for your wide receivers to be successful, and Staling didn't do it that time.
2nd and 10, handoff to Devon Stuckey. Right side, lowers his shoulder and powers his way to the 35. Gain of 3 will bring up 3rd and 8. M&H Appliance, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana Appliances. Check them out at mndappliance.com. We're coming up on 8 minutes to play here in the 3rd. 20-6 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Isaiah Green looks like he's shaken up a little bit, holding his right bicep. He's going to shake it off, stay in the game.
Rub some dirt on it, Barry.
That's what you do. Staling over the middle, has his man across the 25, the 20. On the near sideline, he's going to get all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. Owen Davis. That is a 35-yard strike, and just like that, Brainerd Warriors trying to climb back into this. It makes it 20-12. The 2-point conversion, or the extra point rather, could make it a 7-point game.
Davis, obviously their big play wide receiver, now 4 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown. He's an athlete. He got speed after he grabbed that ball, and he arced all the way into the end zone. A big momentum play for the Warriors.
Well, now they are going to go for 2. Staling back to pass over the middle and has a man. It's tall, too tall. Incomplete, intended for Ben Staling. But the 2-point conversion try, no good. It will remain an 8-point ball game, 20-12 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. We'll be back with the kickoff back to the Tech Tigers. You are watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. .7:44 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and we've got a good football game here at New Tiger Stadium at St. Cloud Tech High School. Tigers lead 20-12. They're about to get the ball back from the Brainerd Warriors after the 35-yard pass and catch and run. That's everything that happened on that play.
Yeah. Davis making an explosive play and a well-thrown ball that we haven't seen consistently by Staling makes this a one-score game. Tech Tigers with the football.
Fedema from his own 12, running up the left seam. He's going to be hit and stopped and taken down at the 29. About an 18-yard return on the kick. After an 80-yard return for a touchdown on the previous kick. That was a nice job on the coverage by the Brainerd Warriors. I want to say thanks to Kelman Reuter, attorneys who make a difference. The Tech Tigers with the ball back, their own 29-yard line.
I think the Tech Tigers, Barry, have to make a statement here and say we're not just 8 points better than this Brainerd team. We're much more than that. They need to just step up and dominate this football game.
And off to Oswara. Hit and taken down at about the 32-yard line. Gain of about 3, 2nd and 7 on the way. I'd like to say thank you to C&D Granite, home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee. Trevick back in the gun. Hand off to Oswara again. Lowers his shoulder across the 35 and struggles to get to the first down marker. He's about a yard shy. 3rd and 1 coming up. Just power right there by Oswara after the first couple of steps. Head off to Oswara again. First down across the 40 and muscles his way to the 44. Gain of about 6 there on 3rd and 1, and it's a fresh set of downs for the Tigers.
It definitely is, and just that's how you do it. You give it to your running back 3 times, he gets you 12 yards. Efficient running here by the Tigers.
Again, Oswara. They're just going to ride him here. And he gets out to the 48. Gain of about 4 yards. Yeah, they give it the 48, so 2nd and 6 on the way here.
4 consecutive carries, 18 yards here for Oswara.
Quick pass out in the flat, now to Fedema. He's across the 45, sidesteps a tackler at the 50, down at about the 45-yard line. He needed 6 and got 7. Nice moves by Troy Fedema. Want to say thanks to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. And the Tech Tigers going no huddle here, trying to up the tempo. Hand off to Oswara, right up the middle. Hit immediately by 2 defenders, and he drives forward to the 41-yard line, a gain of 4. After what could have been a gain of about 1.5 yards, he muscles his way forward for an extra couple tough yards. North Risk Partners. Face risk head on. They are here to help. Visit northriskpartners.com. Trevick running out to his left, throws against his body, has his receiver at the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 yards on the play.
Looked like
Sam Oster.
Yep, number 19, Sam Oster getting it done. A sliding catch that time. 3 straight completions now for Nate Trevick. He's getting his groove back here in this one.
Well, 1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. Head off to Oswara, right side, taken down after a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 on the way. The clock just keeps ticking. This 3rd quarter has been a pretty quick one
Yes,
so
it
far.
has. Well,
5.5 to go, just under 5.5 now.
Start out with a bang with that kickoff return touchdown, and then it's a lot through the air. Excuse me, a lot on the ground.
Faking the handoff is Trevick. He runs right side, didn't fool anybody. Lost a yard, 3rd and 9 coming up. They saw that coming. Nice job by the Brainerd defense. Not falling for the fake to Oswara, who they've run 99% of this drive.
Yep.
I haven't run the numbers, but it's close. Inside 5 minutes to play now. Trevick barking out the play. 4 wide, 3 to the far side, the wide side of the field on his left. Oswara standing to his right. There's the snap. Trevick sets up down the far sideline. And did he catch it?
Great
defense.
defense.
Say incomplete, intended for Schmidt. And they're on the defense. It looks like number 18, Alden Brown.
It was either 18 or 10, Harry Carlson. You see a well-placed ball, given his opportunity, given his player opportunity to play that one, but it looked like, yeah, number 10, Harry Carlson with good coverage, swatting that out of the hands of Schmidt. That's called a big defensive play there for the Warriors.
It's 4th and 9 coming up here. 4-down territory for the Tech Tigers on the 28-yard line. There's the snap. Empty backfield for Trevick. He goes deep over the middle. Intended for Oswara, and wisely knocked away. He could have picked it off, and that was number 2, Joey Wiskow. So the ball will go over on downs to the Brainerd Warriors. Their defense holds up.
Again, another big shot there by Trevick. He likes these shots, and that time bending his paws on that one was Owen Davis. The man in coverage was number 2, Joey Wiskow, but Owen Davis got 2 paws on that one. He could have brought that one in easily.
We'll say next to Clearwater Travel Plaza. So they switch out offense and defense here, and the Warriors going right to left in the third quarter. Have got just over 4.5 here to go in the third quarter, and looking to move down the field and tie this up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion as they trail by 8. Handoff to Staling, cuts it up and hit at the 30. He'll be stopped there. And it's a gain of a yard, 2nd and 9 on the way.
They're going to really lean on Staling all night, Barry. He's going to be their workhorse. Even they're down by a touchdown, they need to go the length of the field. They still have plenty of time, but they're going to keep handing off to Staling. He's their workhorse.
And then, knowing that the Tech Tigers can score quickly, it might be a good idea for them to run some clock and run the ball and move it down the field that way. Option to the right, pitch to Ben Staling. He's across the 30 to about the 32. Gain of a couple will bring up 3rd and 7. We're inside 10 to play now here in this third, or I'm sorry, 10. Inside 4 to play here in the third quarter. It's a Wednesday night game. Everybody's off a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what I'm going to blame it on anyway. In the gun, Staling. Back to pass from his own 25. Lets it fly to the near side, and going up and taking a shot from Hunter Stolz is number 28, Josh McLean. A legal hit. Nice job by Stolz again and on the play. You put the ball in the air with anything underneath it, and Stolz is going to be there no matter what side of the field he comes from. He's a playmaking machine.
And those are some of the funnest plays you see in football, when instead of getting your hands and batting a ball down, you break up the pass with a hit. Those are fun plays, and no matter what level. And that time Hunter Stolz delivering the hit to knock that one loose.
Oswara back to receive the punt on his own 32. Fair catches it up at the 34. The Tech Tigers will have it there to start this drive with just over 3:20 to go here in this third quarter. 20-12 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Tigers with the lead and getting the ball back. See if they keep it on the ground, as they had Kedrick Oswara very involved in the last drive. See if they keep doing that or if they switch it up.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Oswara was doing his job. A few incomplete passes stopped their last drive, but see if they keep going to Oswara.
They do. He's hit at the 35, spun down after a gain of maybe 2. 2nd and 8 on the way. I'd like to say thanks to the law office of Bradshaw and Bryant, their fine sponsor of high school football here on the KNSI Sports Network. Quick no huddle for the Tech Tigers. Quick pass out in the flat for Fedema, who I'm not sure if he dropped it. They're going to say it's incomplete. He had to make sure he got on it in case it was a backward pass, and that would have been a fumble, but they call it incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 8.
And this is where the pass game for the Tech Tigers, Barry, really has to get going. They got to get their mojo back in the pass game. They are a good passing team when they connect. They have big play opportunities here.
Trevick back to pass, running to his right, lets it fly, has his man Fedema at the 43, and he's taken down near the first down marker on the near side of the field. The marker's on the far side of the field. They're going to give him the first down. Got just what he needed, 8 yards, and it's a first down for the Tech Tigers. Big conversion for the Tech Tigers to keep this clock moving with an 8-point lead. Handoff Oswara right up the gut, reads his blocks, jumps over a tackler and hit near midfield. Be a gain of about 6 yards, and the ball right at midfield. 2nd and 4 upcoming. We're inside 3 to play here in the third. Trevick back in the gun, hands off Oswara, lowers his shoulder, forces his way across the 45, carrying tacklers to about the 43. A gain of about 7 there, and that'll move the chain again.
I mean, there was literally a guy on his back. We'll watch the replay here on the streaming service as he literally, a man piggybacking on him. That's big number 93, Riley DeRoser. a sophomore offensive lineman playing D-line that time and just taking him to the first down.
He had 6 yards, maybe 7. He's 2nd and 3, and they gave him 8. 2nd and 2 coming up. Trevick running to the right side. Cuts it up, reads his blocks well. He gets to the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And that'll be another first down for the Tech Tigers.
They're going to keep going with this hurry up. It's been successful, Barry.
Gain of about 7 yards there. And now we're going to get a timeout on the field taken by the Brainerd Warriors, sensing that the Tech Tigers offense starting to pick up the momentum here a little bit. All timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. 20-12, the Tech Tigers lead. They've got the ball driving with under 2 to go in the third. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Minute 51 to go. Tech Tigers have a 1st and 10. Trevick rolling out to his left, reverses field, throws back to the right. Dangerous pass.
Oh.
Had that been picked off, that would have been 6. It was intended for Kedrick Oswara. There for the defense was number 50, Forrest Gibson, the linebacker.
The old boot
They would have been saying run, Forrest, run, because he would have been off to the races going the other way.
He would have been.
Kedrick Oswara up the middle, sidesteps a tackle and jets all the way for the first down to the 19-yard line. Didn't look like he had much, and he's kind of a master at that, creating something out of nothing. Another 10-yard gain. Ball on the 19. Trevick, straight quarterback sneak right up the gut across the 15 to about the 14. Gain of about 5, 2nd and 5 on the way. As we're coming up on a minute to play here in the third quarter. Tigers looking to expand this 8-point lead. Trevick hands off to Oswara left side, cuts it up, reads his blocks, into a cloud of dust. Gain of about 1 yard. Bring up 3rd and roughly 4.
This is a different version of Kedrick Oswara. We've seen Kedrick Oswara break off 4 big runs in a ball game and have over 300 yards rushing. This time, this is a very methodical 5 yards at a time running back that's getting the job done right now for the Tech Tigers.
He runs again right up the gut. He gains about 1 yard. 4th and about 4 coming up. As we're coming up on 40 seconds to play here in this this third quarter. And the Tech Tigers in no hurry. I know they've had some issues with the play clock. It's off tonight again. They must be keeping it on the field.
Yep.
Last week I know we were having a ton of issues with it, and the referees finally got sick of it, said turn that thing off. And it's off again tonight. I don't think the Tech Tigers are going to run another play. They're going to let the time run out and go to the fourth quarter. A 4th and 5 upcoming when we come back to start the fourth quarter here. Tigers lead 20-12 over Brainerd. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. All right, moments away from the start of the fourth quarter here on the KNSI Sports Network. The Tech Tigers lead 20-12 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard over the Brainerd Warriors. And they'll have a 4th and about 5 to start the fourth quarter as they switch ends. Tech will be going right to left once again.
Gotta love the voice of Gabe Anderson giving us that score up. Those
I don't know how many
updates.
E's were in that 7, but it might have been 7.
Oh.
For those on the KNSIRadio.com live stream of the week may not have heard that.
Yeah.
But back in the studio, Gabe gave an interesting update during the quarter break.
Oh, yep.
And
love
they
it.
snap, direct snap to Oswara, who's breaking away from a couple of tackles, did not catch the Brainerd Warriors as off guard as they'd hope. He may have gained a yard, but they had the quarterback, Trevick, walking to the sideline like he was confused about the play, and then it was a direct snap to Oswara, but Brainerd ready for it.
Yeah, they were, and you would have liked that one to work. Those are fun plays. The old Statue of Liberty, the old walking away from the huddle, direct snap to the running back. And that time, he just didn't get north-south aggressive enough that time, Barry. He just tried to dance a little bit too much in a play like that. Element of surprise, north and south immediately.
Well,
that's got to be the thought.
What that play was missing was a wide receiver on the far side of the field getting down on all fours and barking like a dog.
I know that was coming, Barry.
That's the only thing that was missing.
Yes.
That's why you need to complete that play. But I'm not a coach.
Yeah, you're not a coach. You're not.
I don't know. Staling. Quick pitch left side to Ben Staling. He's going to read his blocks, trying to find some room. He may have created a yard as he lowered his shoulder. 2nd and 9 on the way. I want to say thanks to Shields, one of our fine sponsors for high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. How dare you insinuate that I'm predictable? Stewing over that.
I'm sorry, Barry. You've never, ever said anything twice in a season before.
It. Call the other guy. I'm taking the rest of the night off. Call my backup.
I'm your backup, Barry.
Oh, all right, well, I'm just leaving then. Handoff left side, Ben Staling. He's got some tough yards. 3rd and about 6 coming up here.
And if it's neither of us, then it's Justin Ekstrom.
He's not very far away. He's only in St. Joe. He could be here in 15 minutes.
And a hop and a skip.
Yeah. As prepared as that guy is, though, he might just be, like, right outside the door.
Yeah. He's like, you said my name? What? Where?
I'm ready. Yeah,
football?
I'm here.
Yeah, football. High school, yeah.
Rolling out to his right, Nathaniel Staling throws on the run, deep, has his man at the 38-yard line. Owen Davis.
Again.
21-yard gain. We'll see if that jump starts Brainerd. They needed a little something to get them jump started. They only trail by a score and a 2-point conversion.
5 catches, 108 yards, and a touchdown for Owen Davis. He is their spark plug here for the Brainerd Warriors.
That's a night. Hand off to Staley. And a little hesitation move. Jets across the 40 out to the 43. Gain of about 5, and again, that is Devon Stuckey instead of Staling.
Mixing them in here now, giving Staling a little bit of a breather, just trying to mix it up here against the Tech Tigers is they're still only down by a touchdown here, Barry. It feels like Tech Tigers have controlled this game, but they're still only trailing by a score and a 2-point conversion.
We're inside 10 to play now in the ball game. Quick pitch left side to Ben Staling. Nice block on the edge. He's got some room across the 45, taken down right at the stick on the far sideline, right at the line to gain. And that is going to move the chain. It'll be a fresh set of downs for the Brainerd Warriors. He's really good at reading his blocks and using his blockers and being patient. I want to say thanks to M&H Appliance as well. Brainerd starting to march a little bit, just a couple of yards shy of the 50 on their own side of the field here. And off to Staling left side, lowers his shoulder, gets to midfield. 2nd and 8 on the way. Coming up on 9.5 to go here now in the ball game. I want to say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards.
And I see now after Davis, after that last catch, he had the touchdown earlier, but I see only one player on top of Davis right now, and that's Troy Fedema. They're putting their playmaker on their playmaker and seeing who's going to come out on top next time they throw it.
There's the snap. Staling, play action, rolls to his right, and has his man at the 42 rather, knocked out of bounds on the near sideline by Trevick at the 40. It's going to be a gain of about 10 yards there. We have a flag on the play.
Looks like it might have been roughing the passer on the replay here. He got rid of it. Green got him. Ooh, Green accidentally got him up high near the throat, near the face mask that time, Barry. That's a dangerous play. Probably accidental. He was just going to try to get contact right after the ball was let go.
Completion was made to Jacob Smith, by the way. And Staling is still laying back on his own 42.
Might have got his cage rattled a little bit. Might have tweaked the neck area in some way. Twisting the helmet like that is a tough play as he's still down.
Trainer looking at him. We do have a timeout on the field, and a reminder, the timeout's brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. Just over 9 to go here, and it is 20-12 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Tech Tigers with the lead, but with that penalty that added on to the end of the play, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Brainerd Warriors at the 25 of the Tech Tigers. They've got Nathaniel Staling sitting up now. That's a good sign. And he's got trainer, a couple of coaches, and a teammate tending to him. Might even be his brother.
Yep, it is his brother.
Yeah.
He'll get up under his own power there.
Gonna walk off. That's a good sign. Shake off the cobwebs. Hopefully he's okay.
He's only a sophomore. You're going to see a lot more football in the next couple of years of Nathan Staling. But for now, coming in to play quarterback, looks like number 12, Barry, if I got the number right.
Yeah, it looks like the backup quarterback, Isaiah Wendorski.
Wendorski will be the man. He's a junior. A little smaller in stature than Staling, but let's see what he can do on this almost red zone drive at the 25.
9:09 to go. 1st and 10. Hand off to Ben Staling. Jumps over the line. Gains a couple of yards. Taken down hard. Hunter Stoll's there, along with Aaron Voight. The big man. Had a touchdown in the first half. An intended middle screen and intercepted it and ran it back 55 yards for the score. 6'8", 310-pounder. Got that big rigger rolling. Now it's
Voight bus service. Voight's bus
coming off.
service. That's what we're going to call it. Voight's bus service.
Quick pitch to Ben Staling out left side. He drops it to the turf. It bounces right back to him. He gets on it for a loss of the original 3 yards they gained on the first play, maybe 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 11.
And that's what happens when you have a new quarterback in the game. He gets the snap here, as we can see on the stream, gets it immediately to him, throws it behind him a little bit, and those are the small differences between your backup and your starting quarterback. Those type of play happens, and now they're 3rd and long here, trying to score to tie up this ball game.
Kind of lobbed it a little bit. You got to get it to him with a little more snap.
A little more pep.
There's the snap, and it's going to be a reverse, and they get it off. Now it's a reverse pass as Davis is looking to throw it. He's going to throw it away as the Tigers had good coverage. And just as he threw it, Isaiah Green knocked Davis to the ground.
And the coaches next to us, you might be able to hear them. They want intentional grounding. He was outside the pocket, Barry, but there wasn't a wide receiver in the vicinity. I think they have a case there, but they will not get the call, and it'll end up being 4th and 11.
I don't think he got it back to the line of scrimmage either.
Yeah, I don't.
He just threw it out of bounds.
That was not. That could have been a lot of different things, but it's still 4th and 11. But if that would have been a grounding, loss of down, it would have been Tech Tiger football.
4th and long coming up here. Rolling to the right is the quarterback. Throws. He has his man at the 23, and his number 28, Josh McLean, but well short of the first down. Will be a turnover on downs. Back to the Tech Tigers as Isaiah Wendorski unable to move the Warriors any further down the field. So the change in quarterback kind of takes the wind out of the sails of the Warriors. And they'll give the ball back to the Tech Tigers. Big stop for the Tigers, leading by 8 with just under 8 to play. Want to say thanks to Kelman Reuter.
Tech Tigers, they don't have to score. They just have to eat up these 7 minutes. They're looking like they're under center, looking like a little Elk River offense action.
Hand off right up the gut for Oswara out to the 29-yard line, a gain of 6. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon on that play. It was the quickest 6 yards of all time. 2nd and 4 coming up. And just a reminder, we'll follow the Tech Tigers as far as they would go in the
Yes.
postseason as well here on the KNSI Sports Network.
Yeah, Barry, you can see the three running back, Trevick under center. It's a traditional Elk River wishbone offense.
Hunter Stoles around the right side. And he avoids a tackle somehow. He's got the first down on the far sideline, showing some speed. Looked like he was going to be taken down. Short of the first down, he bounces out of there. And he gets out to about the 39-yard line, a gain of 10.
Yeah, the thing about this formation with the three running backs, and you still have two wide receivers out there, you have no idea who's going to get the ball. It's the misdirection.
Right up the gut to Oswara. Gains a couple of tough yards, about 4. Bring up 2nd and 6. I want to say thanks to C&D Granite. 2nd and 6 on the way here. We're inside 7 now to play. Pitch left side to Fedema, trying to get outside, avoids a tackle somehow, gets across the 45 and goes out of bounds on the near sideline. At about the, let's see where they spot it here. They'll be short of the first down, but how short? We're going to get a timeout by the ref. We might have an injury on the near sideline, and we do. Looks like it's number 5, Andrew Thielke, I believe, writhing on the near sideline. Looks like Fedema is about a yard shy of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. We've got the coaches and the trainers running across the field to tend to Thielke, excuse me. And I didn't see what happened. He was right in front of the Tech bench, and our view is obscured by the players standing on the sideline. Well, he looks like he's shaken up. So they'll come across and tend to him. Why don't we take a timeout while they do that? We've got just under 7 to go. Tech Tigers lead 20-12, and they gave him the first down, I guess, on the play. They reset the chain and put up first down. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Tigers when we come back. All timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. We are going to keep it here. Didn't mean to fake anybody out. As Thielke quickly up, and he's running across the field to the sideline. That's good to see. Looked like that was going to take a little longer.
Might have been a precautionary thing. Stay on the ground, make sure nothing. You haven't scrambled any brains loose down there, and we're back to football.
It was right in the paint on the sideline there. 6:52 to go. 1st and 10, ball on the 49-yard line, just shy of midfield for the Tech Tigers. They go with the 3-back set. Wide receiver to either side. Hand off to Oswara, right side. Hit immediately, and forward progress. Still about a half-a-yard loss, so 2nd and long coming up. I want to say thanks to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. We come up on 6.5 to go here. Tigers trying to run some clock here. They lead by 8.
They got to use all the clock that they got in this set that they're using, this 3 running back set. This can go anywhere right now. This might be throwing off the Brainerd Warriors a little bit.
The fake handoff, pitch to Fedema around the left side. He has to cut it a little further outside than he originally planned. He's going to lose a couple. It'll be 3rd and about 12. Looked like he was trying to cut it up and realized that was a bad idea, as there were several defenders waiting there to take his head off. Tried to bounce it a little further outside and lost a couple of yards.
You know, the most important thing, Barry, about when you're running this style of offense is the actions have to be quick. The handoffs have to be quicker than a normal handoff, because you have to have 3 different fakes before you get to the right guy to have the right ball. So it's not quick enough right now for the Tech Tigers. That's why the Brainerd is having success the last couple plays.
Hand off to Oswara right up the middle. He's got room across midfield down to about the 46-yard line. Gain of about 7. That's going to bring up 4th and about 5. 3rd and about 5, excuse me. No, it should be 4th, right? Yeah, it is 4th. Okay. Yep. Took him a while to switch it on the marker across the field.
And Barry, it looks like Oster's in, so I would be surprised if they didn't punt this and try to get really bad field position for a starting drive. It's not worth it to go for it here and then give these Brainerd Warriors, who have had some decent drives, just can't connect and get it into the end zone. This seems like the perfect scenario to punt the football.
Yep, and they may even take a delay a game, give themselves a little more room to punt.
We'll
take a timeout
right
now,
before.
and they may actually come out there and try to draw them offside because they've got 5 yards to go on 4th down, and they could take a delay of game and have plenty of room to punt it.
Absolutely.
And drop it down deep in their own
Barry, you sure you're not a coach?
territory.
You sure you're not a coach?
Positive. Absolutely positive. I grew up around him. My older brother is one. I may have picked up a few tidbits here and there. But no, I am not, is the short answer. We've got under 5 to go here at New Tiger Stadium at St. Cloud Tech. 20-12 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Tech with the lead, and they've got a 4th and 5 here. We'll see if they try to draw them offside. Take a delay of game, or it looks like, no, they're just going to line up in punt formation. Oster in there, standing on about his own 41-yard line.
This is a good punt. This could pretty much ice the game. It's hard. If you're backed up all the way inside your own 5, it's hard to get anything out of there. This could be a big momentum shift.
Owen Davis inside his own 15. A low kick. Bounces at about the 15. Taken at about the 8 by Davis. He'll be tackled. Tried to squirt free. Gets out to about the 13-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the return after a punt of about 38 yards. I want to say thanks to Minnesota Truck Headquarters. We've got 4:43 to go here. Tech Tigers defense out there trying to hold and get the ball back and salt this one away and improve to 5-3 on the season.
Barry, I'm curious on who's going to be running out there for quarterback here for this drive, and it looks like number 16, Nathan Staling, is back out on the field. What I saw from the backup quarterback, Isaiah Windorski, I think you got to have Staling out here for this final drive.
Good to see him out there. Hand off to Ben Staling, left side. He bounces it on the outside, across the 10, across the 15, out to about the, looks like about the 18-yard line. Gain of about 4. We'll bring up 2nd and 6. They're going to give him 5, so 2nd and 5 coming up.
It's okay to run it early here, but eventually you're going to have to get big plays through the air.
Staling in the gun, 3 wide, a running back on either side of him. There's the snap, back to pass. Quick, may have gotten tipped at the line. I think it did. Was that Major Campbell I got a hand on it, or Isaiah Green?
Looks like Isaiah Green leaped up near the line of scrimmage to get a piece of that one that time, and an acrobatic play to stop what probably could have been an easy first down play on just some hitches on the near side.
Both Green and Campbell beat their men on the line. Looks like Green was the one who got a hand on it. I want to say thanks to Schultz Soft Water. 4:04, the clock stopped after the incompletion. 4:04 to play. Staling. A draw play to Ben Staling. Plenty of room left side. He's got the first down across the 30, now out to the 35. Quick gain of 16 right there. And that moves the chain. They needed a big play like that.
Great design play there. He got all the way back to his drop back that time, and it was just a simple extend the ball in front of him. Ben Staling takes it right out of his hands, and it's a big first down.
Well-timed draw. Staling in the gun. Hands off to Ben Staling. Left side, reads his block well again. He's across the 40. Falls out to about the 43. Gain of about 8 yards will bring up 2nd and 2. Picking up big chunk yardage on runs. And normally you'd want to be passing the ball a little bit like you were mentioning, Tom, but if you're picking up big chunk yardage like that running, I don't know if you necessarily need to just yet. Going to run it again. This time it is Devon. He's got the first down across the 45 out to about the 48-yard line for Devon Stuckey.
And a first down, Barry.
Moves the chain again. They just keep moving the chain with the run. And clock stops when they reset the chain, so they don't have to be in too big a hurry. Well, let's get they're going to put it at the 47. First down from there. Coming up on 3 minutes to play here. Staling throws it right, a wobbly pass, dangerous, and almost picked off by Troy Fedema. And Jacob Smith had to become the defender on that play and knocks it away, saved an interception.
He really did, Barry. I mean, just flown that one way too much. Fedema got under it, but the taller wide receiver, Smith, got on top of him after it and broke that one up. That could have iced this game for the Tech Tigers. Offense to defense play there by Smith.
Clock stopped at 3:07 to go. 2nd and 10. Handoff to Devon Stuckey. High steps over the 50-yard line. They're going to put him out of bounds on the far sideline. We'll see where they spot it. I think it's going to be at about the 48-yard line. A gain of about 5.
Third down 5.
They're calling it, looks like more closer to 3rd down and 6.
Yeah.
Maybe a little over 5. 3rd down and between 5 and 6. Staley drops back. Throws back to the left side. It's picked off by a defensive lineman once again. This time it is Major Campbell. Doesn't run it all the way back, but he runs it back to about the 45-yard line, and the Tech Tigers may have just put the last nail in the coffin on this one.
Great job of staying home. That's the coaching right there. Well, I know from being a defensive lineman in high school football, when you see the offensive lineman go, your instinct is to go get that quarterback. And that time, knowing what the coaches have said all season, he stays home, he sees the ball in the air, he attacks it, grabs it, and it's a pick for Major Campbell, big number 70.
The last time you watching a game and 2 defensive linemen had interceptions, 2 different ones.
Now, an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, Barry. Aaron Voight only plays part-time on the defense. That's an O-lineman known for the brick hands getting a pick.
He's out there right now, and he's going to try to probably run block for one of his running backs here. Trevick under center. He's going to hand it off. It's a flea flicker back to Trevick from Oswara. He's going to run. Not sure if that was designed or if he was supposed to throw it downfield, but he just tucked it and ran. Looks like both the receivers were double covered, so probably the right move.
Yeah.
Keep the clock running. He didn't gain any yards, but he didn't stop the clock by throwing an incompletion. I want to say thanks to Murphy's Granite Carpet. And we've got a timeout on the field by the Brainerd Warriors. We've got an injury timeout, one of the Brainerd Warriors laying on his 40. Been a rough second half for them. They've had a few injuries. So we'll take the timeout with them. All timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. We'll be back with more. You're listening to and watching high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. .41 degrees still here in St. Cloud. It's turned into a nice night for football. Hasn't dropped into the 30s. No wind. It's gotten a little cold up here in the booth, but we'll power through.
Barry, I can see my breath. That's the sign that winter is coming.
Oh, stop it, John Snow. That injured player for the Brainerd Warriors is number 66, Jeremiah Jackson. He's getting helped off the field. Looks like his left leg. So hopefully he's going to be okay. I would like to see that.
Yep, Tech Tigers just need to burn clock. They need to have the ball, run, keep the ball on the ground, eat up clock, use all the play clock in between every snap, and if they get one first down, it pretty much ices this game.
They do wind it live. The clock running now again as we're inside 2.5 to go. 2nd and 10 coming up here. Ball on the 41-yard line of the Brainerd Warriors. Trevick back in the gun now. Hands off to Oswara. Right up the gut. He's got room. He bounces it out with a stiff arm across the 30. Cuts back at the 25. Spun down at about the 21-yard line. That would be a gain of about 20 on the run. And that's that first down Tom Terhar was talking about there.
You know, you wish it would have taken a few more plays, though, to eat up some more clock. But nonetheless, we're going to wind up under 2 minutes remaining when this next snap goes, and they just need to keep it on the ground.
You'll always take a new 4.
Yes.
We're inside 2 to play. They're just taking their sweet time, as they should. No hurry. Somebody is barking out the time to them on the field with the play clock, because the play clocks are not on here. New Tiger Stadium. There's the snap to Trevick to Oswara again. He bounces
Same
it out the right
bounce.
side. He's got plenty of room. He's going to score it from 21 yards out, and that will be the final big nail in the coffin. 26-12 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard, 1:34 to play. And he just read it right. Took a couple steps toward the middle and bounced it out and outran everybody as nobody took a good angle. And he scores it from 21 yards out.
And I got to say, it's such a Kedrick Oswara play. We saw it twice in a row for a total of 41 yards. Just a simple halfback draw down the middle. He takes one jump cut outside, and then he is a loose outside and streaks to the end zone.
They hand it off to Oswara for the 2 right up the middle. He picks his way across the goal line for the 2 points, and it is 28-12. A minute 34 to play. Tech Tigers lead. Looks like they've salted this one away, and it looks like they'll get their 5th win of the year. We'll have the kickoff when we come back. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. High school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Along with Tom Terhar, I'm Barry Hine. Appreciate Gabe Anderson and Justin Ekstrom back in the KNSI Sports Studio doing a great job as always. And we appreciate Bitstream Productions. Brian and the gang out here doing a great job as always tonight as well, bringing us the streaming game of the week all season here for football games on the KNSI Sports Network. KNSIRadio.com is where you find that. Tell everybody. We want everybody to be able to watch those. We've had people in California get a hold of us and say they love it and they like to be able to check in with the Tech Tigers every week. Andrew Gottwald, squib kick. And it's an onside kick. Essentially, I don't think that's what he was trying to do, but I think the Tech Tigers may have gotten on it as well.
It should be their ball.
Got to the 50. Referees are conferencing about it. I believe Hunter Stolz fell on that. Does that shock anybody?
Yeah, that doesn't shock anybody. He is the hustle player.
A knack for making plays, doesn't he? They're going to give it to the Brainerd Warriors. And I don't know why, because Hunter Stolz had the ball, and it went 10 yards.
Barry, I'm confused. Barry, I'm confused, Barry.
As am I. I guess they're saying somebody touched it before it went 10 yards. And they're giving it to the Brainerd Warriors at the 41.
I mean, they're throwing it like right in front of the kicking spot. Are they saying that there was an extra contact with the kicker after he kicked it? It's like, that doesn't make any sense. This is head scratching, Barry, and this puts this team into really good field position. Obviously, it'd take just short of a miracle to score 16 points.
We're being told his foot hit it twice, and so they will spot it there. So good call, you had it, you were on it.
Yeah.
41-yard line is where the Brainerd Warriors have it. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I haven't either.
It's the snap. And it's a handoff left side. Number 20, Caden Shepner, in the game. Picks up a couple tough yards. And they're going to say he picked up 1. So 2nd and 9 coming up here. And the Brainerd Warriors, quick huddle. Don't look like they're being real hasty here. They kind of resign themselves to the fact that this one might be over. Got a timeout on the field by the Tech Tigers. Timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. We'll be back with more. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Brainerd Warriors. 1:09 to play here in this ball game. Staling in the gun. Play action, drops back to pass. Throws it down the far sideline, and I believe it was caught.
Wow.
Comes down at about the 16-yard line. That was the backup quarterback, by the way, Isaiah Wendorski. And who came down with the number 21, Brant Patton.
Acrobatic catch and holding on to it up in the air and slamming back down to earth. That was a great play by Patton.
It's a nice night for football. Still 41 degrees, and you come down hard on the turf when it's cold like that. Nice job to hold on by Patton. Go back to Patton in the end zone. He tried to make a similar catch. That one incomplete. As I'm trying to see who was on the coverage there. Looks like that was number 22, Orion Kotupas.
Might have been 22 or 32. Tim Walter, the senior D-back, might have been in there to break that one up that time.
Yeah, it is 32. You're right. Good call.
Tim Walter, the senior, getting some action here late in this last regular season home game.
And there's the snap. Wendorski, it's over his head. He chases it down, and he's dropped there by a couple of defenders. Looks like both number 35, Jake Solinsky, and number 88, Logan Hansen, were there to make the play back at the 33-yard line. And that may be the final play of the game. And it looks like Brainerd is going to try to get one more off here as quickly out onto the field as Isaiah Wendorski gets him set. 4 wide, back to pass. Deep down the far sideline and tipped away by the defender. It was intended again for number 12, trying to look at the number here now again. It looks like it is number 89 that time. And that was Jed Klang.
What a name.
That's another front runner for one of my favorite names of all time. Not as good as Major Campbell.
Yeah, that doesn't beat Major Campbell.
But,
it's up there. It's
Jed
up there.
Klang is pretty good. Jed Klang. Wendorski to pass. Deep over the middle, and it is picked off. And he'll be tackled back inside the 5-yard line. And that looks like that again was number 32.
Tim Walter.
Tim Walter for the Tech Tigers. That's going to finish off the game. Zeros on the clock, 28-12 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. The Tech Tigers win to improve to 5-3 on the year. And the Brainerd Warriors fall to 2-6 on the regular season to finish off things for the regular season. And the Tech Tigers, again, will follow them throughout the playoffs as far as they would go here on the KNSI Sports Network. That takes us to the Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office postgame show, and we'll pick an All-Star Trophy Player of the Game before closing up shop as well. The Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office postgame show starts now. We'll take a quick break and be back with more. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. The Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office postgame show here on the KNSI Sports Network. 20-12, excuse me, 26-12, the final, 28-12 on the final score. We're on camera. I've got all of a sudden we're on camera. I get nervous. I don't know what to do with myself. But the Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office postgame show, 28-12 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard, the final. And to take a look at the postgame stats, we hear from the big man, Tom Terhar.
Thank you very much, Barry. We'll start here with the Brainerd Warriors. The Warriors just couldn't get it going. They had a lot of sustained drives, Barry, but just couldn't get into the end zone late in the game. Obviously, one of the big players Staling at the running back position. Big Ben Staling, the senior. 28 carries for 124 yards. Didn't reach the end zone. But exactly, he was the workhorse, averaging over 4.5 yards a carry. And the quarterback, Ethan Staling, the sophomore, he's got a lot of growing to do, but you can see where he can improve and where he is already developing as a sophomore starting varsity for a full season. 9 of 25, 176 yards, 2 total touchdowns, 1 in the air, 1 rushing, and then 3 interceptions. You cut down those interceptions to maybe just 1, and this might be a lot closer game, Barry.
Yeah, you get a little another year of maturity under his belt, and you know, some of that decision making will come around. Some of those throws he just threw without much of a plan. You're just hoping that one of his teammates would make a play. And you'd like to think next year when he's a little more comfortable, he'll be throwing those balls with a little more purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And the balls he was throwing, 5 catches, 108 yards for Owen Davis. He is an elite athlete. And I don't know if they're going to play a really tough team in the first round of their sections. They don't have that information. But they should get the ball into Owen Davis's hand no matter what. Again, 5 catches, 108 yards, and a touchdown for Owen Davis. We'll head over to the Tech side now. The Tech Tigers, again, getting the win 28-12. Some big plays by the big men up front. Major Campbell with the pick late in the game, and then Aaron Voight, big number 79, getting a pick 6. The 6'8", 310. That's about where I'm at right now, and I'm not in that shape. Aaron Voight probably could beat me in a 40-yard dash.
Think you'd have made it that 55
I probably wouldn't have. I would have
keeled
keeled over. But a great play by the big man, getting blocks in front of him too. A great play by Aaron Voight. On the offensive side, Nate Trevick didn't do much. 7 of 17, 82 yards through the air, no touchdowns, no picks. But maybe for this team to have success, maybe he doesn't always have to throw 2 picks and 3 touchdowns. Maybe they can win games this way, and that's what we saw from him today.
Sometimes leadership doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Yes.
He's the quarterback out there. He's the guy that gets everybody in the right spot, and not necessarily all that stuff shows up on the stat sheet. It's just the completions and the yardage that shows up.
Absolutely, Barry. And then we'll go to Kendrick Oswara. 27 carries. He was the workhorse for the Tech Tigers tonight. 146 yards, 2 touchdowns. A lot of that running came on the last drive where he had a 41 yards off 2 carries to ice the game. He had a rushing touchdown. A solid performance by him. And I believe with this game, he eclipsed 1,000 yards on the season.
Beautiful, the final game of the regular season.
Yeah.
And, as I mentioned a couple times, we're going to follow the Tech Tigers throughout the playoffs as deep as they would go here on the KNSI Sports Network. So tune in next week. We'll have the game for you. We're not sure exactly when or where or against who it'll be right now. For 100% sure. Like you mentioned earlier, probably Monticello,
right.
What you were thinking. But we'll have to wait till that comes out. But we will have those games for you on the KNSI Sports Network throughout the playoffs as far as Tech would go. So right here. And to tell everybody, KNSIRadio.com, the streaming game of the week. Bitstream Productions, Brian and the gang here doing a great job as always. And you can watch it anywhere in the world. Wow, so I know, like I said earlier, we've had people from California say they were watching games. I think it was last week. We had people from around the country talking that they love this new feature because they can check in with the Tech Tigers wherever they are in the country and in the world, as I mentioned. So KNSIRadio.com, the streaming game of the week, every week right here on the KNSI Sports Network. Tom, did you have any more stats, or did you cover them all?
I got pretty much all of it. We should end with All-Star Trophy and Awards. I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to take the guy that's my clone, except a high school version of me, Aaron Voight. Pick 6. Big plays on defense, big plays on offense, playing both sides of the ball. Aaron Voight with the pick 6, number 79, All-Star Trophy player of the game.
Big guys stick together, don't you?
I know we do. We do.
Like you need it.
Yeah.
It's us little guys that got to stick up for us. No, but that's a good pick, I think, for the All-Star Trophy and Awards player of the game. And thanks, Tom. Nice job tonight.
Awesome.
For Tom Terhar, I'm Barry Hine. Again, KNSIRadio.com. the streaming game of the week, courtesy of Bitstream Productions, every week right here. With the win, the Tech Tigers improved to 5-3 on the season. With the loss, the Brainerd Warriors fall to 2-6. We'll see you next time of the streaming game of the week here on KNSIRadio.com. Thanks for being with us.